Hey everybody, my name is Natalie Kilborn. Welcome to this special Zoom. We are super excited that you're taking a couple minutes to hang out with us and some of my favorite friends today. Let me give you a little update on who I am, and then I'm going to tell you about what this call is going to be, and then we're going to go. So my name is Natalie Kilborn. I live in Springfield, Missouri with my husband, Corey. We've been married this summer. It'll be 25 years. Crazy. We have a 21-year-old daughter who just graduated college, and she's a big girl. I can't believe it. And we have a 17-year-old who's about to graduate high school, fly the nest, lots of things happening in our family. We found out about ketones. We found out about ketones in August of 2015. My friend Nick, who you're going to hear from, gave us a call and he said, hey, I'm not sure what this is, but I just tried something that's absolutely amazing. I think you and Corey would really like it. You should try it. Maybe you have gotten a similar call like that from your friend. And so he sent us some packets. We tried it and we had like a light bulb experience. My husband, he has a really bad back. He deals with a lot of things and it causes him to not sleep very well at night. And so what we noticed right off the bat is in the third night, I usually call him Goldilocks because I can tell he's in the kitchen having a bowl of cereal. He's in the guest bed. He's laying on the couch. He's been on the floor. Like I can just tell where he has been in the night. And on that third night, I woke up and I reached over and he was still in the bed. And I was like, babe, did you sleep last night? And he's like, I had the best night of sleep that I've had in so long. And I said, well, it wasn't those ketones, but you should for sure keep taking, you should for sure keep taking those. And he just had better night on top of better night on top of better night. And I realized very quickly that this was something that I knew it would help my mom. I knew it would help my brother. I knew it would help my friends. So we started sharing ketones, helping people find the best versions of themselves back in 2015. And we have not looked back since. It's absolutely transformed our family in a lot of ways. My kids have been blessed by all of the cool travel and fun things we get to do through the Pruvit community. We actually just got back from the Bahamas, which is one of my favorite things to go on Pruvit Better trips. We were in Costa Rica. We've been to Hawaii. All kinds of fun things happening through our Pruvit community. And we get to meet such amazing people that I'm going to be able to introduce to you on this call. So this call, the purpose of this call is to give you all some information. Maybe you're watching this and you're like, I'm not sure what my friend is so excited about, or you just need to gather some more details. That's the purpose of this call, to make sure that we can answer some of your questions, like what is Pruvit? Why would I be excited to be a part of their community? A little bit about our community, and then also share with you some really amazing real-time, real-life stories of people that are having an absolute blast building and sharing Pruvit and making ripples in their family financially. So that's what we're going to do. Y'all, I'm going to kick it over to my friend Nick Martinez, him and his friend Chrissy, or his friend. I don't know why I called her your friend, your wife.
Hey,
You and your wife,
too.
Chrissy, we've known y'all since way back, like 2009. We go way, way back. So Nick, I'll kick it over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Natalie. I'm really excited to share about this conversation because in 2015, I was not looking for a business. I was not looking for a supplement. I was not looking for weight loss or anything like that. However, I was tired. I didn't have a ton of energy and I was entrepreneurial. And I got a call from a flight attendant. I used to be a full-time airline pilot for Delta. And my flight attendant friend said, Nick, I found it. And I remember asking, like, what did you find? She said, ketones that you can drink. It puts you in ketosis in 60 minutes. It's amazing. And she had literally just had 2 servings and said it had just like rocked her world. She's like, I can see more clearly. I have energy. Like, this is amazing. And at the time, I did not know what the ketogenic diet was. I did not know what ketosis was. So I was really just, I heard energy. I heard she could focus better. I heard she wasn't as hungry. And I figured, okay, that's interesting. And then her next words out of her mouth were, Nick, this is going to change the world. And we can really help a lot of people and build a really cool business in the process. And I remember thinking in the back of my head, well, I don't want to miss out. So I went online, I bought a whole bunch of the product. I went from not knowing anything about ketones to drinking them. And I remember the next time I came home from work, next time I came home from a trip, usually it'd be me walking into the house, watching my 2-year-old from my napping position on the floor. She's now 9. And at the time we had a baby on the way as well. But I would watch her from my napping position on the floor because I was just tired. I was dead to the world. I was doing a lot of short overnights, not getting a lot of sleep. And instead, about a week into drinking ketones, I came in the house. I started to chase her around the house and I played with her for the rest of the day. To the point where when my wife, Chrissy, not just my friend, my wife, Chrissy, comes home from work, she's looking at me, she's looking at the kids, she's looking at me, she's looking at Callie, like, what's gotten into you? Why do you have all this energy? What's going on? And the only thing that had shifted there was ketones. So from there, I just started sharing it. I became the keto crack dealer at the airline. I would deliver white magical powder into pilots' V files. They'd drop envelopes of cash into mine. Why? Because at 4 a.m. on a van in Fargo, North Dakota, when it's minus 30 degrees out, I would have a smile on my face heading to the airport, and they all felt awful. And they're asking me, what are you doing? What's going on? And I simply just said, oh my gosh, are you drinking ketones yet? They said, no, what is it? I said, here, try one. Next thing you know, they're grabbing 5 or grabbing 10 servings from me. They're calling me on their days off saying, I'm about to run out. How do I get more? And it just started to ripple from there. In fact, Natalie, who you just heard from, Corey, her husband, used to fly with me. So this, from a business standpoint, this has been an absolutely incredible opportunity. Why? Because this is a product that you immediately want to share with the people that you know and care about, right? I immediately called my mom. I immediately called my dad and my sister and told them about ketones. Why? Because I wanted them to feel like I do. I'm actually in this room right now. It's a guest room of somebody's house in North Carolina. And I have a friend named Todd. Todd's in his 50s. He got started with ketones back in October. He got excited about how great he felt. He started sharing it naturally. So he joins us as a promoter. And I'm in his parents' guest bedroom. His mom is out there. His dad is out there. His mom's in her 70s. Dad's in his late 70s. They're all drinking ketones. They're all shrinking, but more importantly, they have energy. They feel amazing. And it's turned into this business. We had a keto life party here last night, meaning we shook up a lot of flavors of ketones. Everybody got to taste some. And people that had never heard of this, people that just had no hope for feeling better, came and saw ketones for the first time and were introduced to it. And next thing you know, Todd now has this community that's rippling throughout North Carolina. How? Just because he shared it with somebody who shared it with somebody. That's the business. So I'm not going to go into a whole lot more detail. Just know this. If you're watching this and you're thinking, man, I'm not looking for something, but I'll probably share it. You will, right? You'll naturally tell people about it. Or maybe you're like me and you're entrepreneurial and you're thinking, okay, this could actually be really big. It is, and it's only getting bigger. So join us, talk to whoever invited you here, get your questions answered. You're going to love it. But I want to turn it over to another person who has become a very good friend of mine. Her name is Lori Hart. You've got to hear her story and how it's impacted her. So Lori, what's happening? How's it going?
Hey, everybody. Hey, so if anything else, why not join our community for the fun? I mean, look at who I get to hang out with every day. Hear these stories of Nick and his friend, and we've got Natalie down here. So my story is just a little bit different. So I'm Lori Hart. I live in Boston, Mass. And this year I became an empty nest mom. So for all of you who know what that is, that means I'm sitting in my daughter's bedroom right now because it's my new home office, which I absolutely love. And for me, I found ketones a little bit differently than Natalie and Nick. I found them by watching somebody online sharing ketones. That happened to have been Nick. And so I just fell in love with his energy, with his focus. He was always happy. And before ketones for me, I tried the ketogenic diet, you guys. I lost 60 pounds and I gained every one of them back, right? So I knew there had to be something to this product, but I also have an entrepreneurial mindset. I've tried other projects in the past, and I just didn't have as much fun as I'm having now. So I started to drink these ketones, and I said to myself, and that's if you're somebody who shares a good book, if you're somebody who shares your favorite restaurant, where you got your favorite steak, you're going to naturally just start sharing your better, right? You're going to start sharing with people how good you feel. So I've become the friend who's now helping all my other friends feel absolutely amazing, full of energy. They're sleeping better. Focus is better. They're shrinking down, which I absolutely love. And for myself, the same thing. But not only that, it's become, like Natalie said, I'm creating, revenue for my family just by sharing something I love. And when you have kids in college, my daughter's off at the University of Wisconsin. I have another daughter who's 25 years old, right? I've got weddings coming up. I've got retirement coming up. I've got college tuition coming up. So for me, this has been nothing short of amazing. It's been super fun. Our community is like no other. They're just going to grab a hold of you and love you for who you are. And so I think whoever invited you here to this call loves you a whole lot, and they wanted you to just kind of tune in and listen and hear a few stories of other people. So with that being said, I'm going to share this off now to my friend Becca, who's a couple states above me, who I wouldn't have known without this opportunity. And like Nick was just sharing with you, it creates a ripple effect, truly. You're sharing them with one person who tells another person, who tells another person, who tells another, who tells 6 more, who lives in Fargo, North Dakota, who tells 18 more, who ends up in North Carolina. You just don't know where this business could take you. But let me just tell you, it's super fulfilling and super amazing. So with that, I'm going to share it now. My friend, Coach Becca. Hello, Becca. Gotta come off mute.
Yeah. Hey, hi, hello. How are we? Super excited to be here. And I love hearing all of the stories of how not just this product, but this opportunity has impacted so many lives. I got started here not because of the product. I actually, in 2018, I was building a fitness business. I was a personal trainer. Single mom. My son is now 15 and I am due to have another baby in about 6 weeks. I live in New Hampshire and I was in a position where I had more money going out than I did coming in. And so I was that struggling single mom who was living paycheck to paycheck. I would have more months than I did at the end of my money. And it was November of 2018. It's cold in New Hampshire during the winter in November, and we have to pay for heating fuel. I ran out of heating fuel in my house, and my son and I had to wear our winter jackets inside. We could see our breath. It was freezing cold, and I had no means of how I was going to put heating fuel in my house. Never mind food on the table or Christmas presents under the Christmas tree the next month. And so I was just financially stressed, and I called one of my friends who had been introduced to this product long before I had. I'd been watching him for 9 months, and his life had changed. He had dropped 80 pounds. He had changed his mood. He was happy. He was enjoying his life. He was traveling. He was doing things I had never seen him do before. But I called him just to vent and share what was going on in my life and how stressed I was. And in that moment, thank God, he said, there's an opportunity here to make money if you want it. And I needed it. I didn't just want it. I needed it. And so what he did was he shared with me his story, and I was able to start going to work utilizing his story. And I said yes to the opportunity. What did I have to lose? There was little to no risk, And so I ended up sharing his story. I said yes to doing a challenge myself in the first 30 days. And all I did was go out and start asking as many people as I could to join me in doing this challenge. So I had a whole group of people who said yes to trying these things because they heard his story and drinking them with me, and the amount of stories that poured in. I had a passion for helping people. I liked helping people get results. That's why I was doing personal training. Well, now I was able to help people get results all over the globe. I didn't have to be there in person with them. All they had to do was say yes to start drinking these ketones with me. People were dropping fat like crazy. They were feeling better throughout the winter. They weren't feeling like it was such a drag, like their mood was better. They had energy to show up and do all of their house cleaning and cook and spend time with their kids. The stories that were pouring in was really what motivated and inspired me to keep going. Now, I was able to get heating fuel for my house, have an amazing Christmas, and continue on to be able to do fitness on the side and do this full time, being able to stay home with my son, take him to and from school, be there for when he needed me for sick days or anything like that. which is something that we just are walking through right now. I'm super grateful for this opportunity that I get to stay home with my son when he needs me the most. I don't have to ask for time off for maternity leave. I don't have to do anything like that. I don't have to worry about not getting paid on days that I'm not going to be at work. I get to stay home and create financial wealth for my family from sharing this conversation and helping other people. I'm rewarded by helping as many people as possible. I get rewarded. It's completely changed my family's lives. I ended up getting married, paying for my entire wedding with money that I made through this opportunity. We've been able to travel all over the country. My husband didn't have to work the first 7 months of our marriage. We just traveled and enjoyed our new relationship, our newlywed marriage. And it's just such an opportunity that's blessed me in so many more ways than just financially. And I have also been able to help other families do the same thing. Other moms be able to stay home with their newborn babies. Families be able to put groceries on the table with the crazy inflation that's happening. I mean, eggs are more expensive than diamond rings right now. So it's a blessing that I get to pass on and prove it forward. So super grateful for this. And I'm excited to hear from another mama who has taken this and ran with it and helped several other people as well. She's across the country on the other side of the United States, and she's made a huge impact in my life. I love getting to work with her. Amber Horn, are you there?
I am here. Thank you, Becca. My name's Amber Horn, and like Becca said, I am across the country. I'm in Oregon. I'm a mom of 6, and I'm actually a grandma too. I'm a grandma of 1 with another one on the way, but I've been drinking and sharing this product for 2 years now, and I found it when I was in a really low place. I was this mom who had no energy. I spent a lot of time in bed. I weighed 100 pounds more than I do right now, and I had this experience drinking ketones where I immediately started feeling better. I started losing weight. I started having more energy to get out of bed and to be more active with the kids and the family. And before I found them, I was the mom who was embarrassed and ashamed to even go to my kids' activities and events. I remember specifically if they had a game, I would always sneak in the back door because I didn't want anyone to see me and see kind of what I looked like and how far I'd let myself go. And I lived this way for years. And I had tried all of the things, all of the diets, all of the pills, and I would lose some weight and then gain it back. And so I wasn't actually looking for something, for one more thing, but I found it, and I thought I'll try this. So I bought 5 packets, and I immediately started losing weight and feeling better, like I said. But then people started asking me, like, what are you doing? I started becoming more out and about and more friendly and happy. I'd shut people out for so many years, and I started talking about it, and people wanted to try it too. But I was in this place where I was an extreme introvert and didn't really want to share it. And I was scared and nervous to do that. But then I met some friends here in the Pruvit community that have been wonderful and kind of taken me under their wing and loved on me. And I needed this community more than anything. I needed a place where I could stretch and grow and be able to talk to people and be able to share a product that would change lives. And I wanted to change lives. I wanted to be able to impact people like this product had impacted me. It was the tool that I had searched for so many years, and I found it and I wanted to share it. But I wanted to share it quietly. I wanted to have this big transformation first before I started talking about it. And my friend Michael, who you'll hear from in a little bit, he said, people don't want you to wait until you've lost all of this weight to start sharing it. They want to go on the journey with you. And that was powerful to me and so true. So I started talking more about it, and I started getting these messages from people saying, oh my gosh, thank you for sharing this. I feel so much better. I have so much more energy. I'm an active mom now, or I'm better at my job. I'm a better wife. Like, I was changing lives, and that really ignited me. I wanted to share it more and more and more because that was such a rewarding thing for me. I'd never experienced anything where I could help somebody with their health. So I started talking more and people wanted to come on the journey with me. They were excited. And I felt like I was making an impact for the first time in a lot of years. I was more active with the kids. And also what I didn't realize was isolating myself for so many years, I had lost skills. I had lost the ability to talk to people and to feel good about who I was. And this community has provided that for me. They've loved on me. They've provided opportunities for me to stretch and grow and build self-confidence and self-worth. I've had this huge emotional and mental transformation as well as a physical transformation. And I'm so thankful that I found Pruvit, and they are right exactly what I needed at the time. And they continue to help me grow. And now I'm a part of it. And I just would love for you to join and be a part of this and see where it takes you. So with that, I will turn the time over to my friend Michael, who inspired me and has really been a mentor of mine in helping me share this journey and share this product.
How am I supposed to follow all these rock star moms? Unbelievable. Nice to be on with you guys. This is fun. So if you haven't even tried the product, it's really easy. It's just a powder that you put in water and you drink it. So as we start, as Natalie is too, I'm going to get into ketosis real fast. I'm pumped that you're hearing this now, because when I got introduced to it, this is what the product looked like. By the way, I have props. I'm prepared, Natalie. I have props. This is what was sent to me. It was a Ziploc bag. Suspect at best. It says Raspberry Dreamsicle, March 27, 2015. And this is what I looked like when I got the pack. Pictures are taken on the same day. I was fat, lethargic, felt like a tub of goo. And I had a newborn baby who's now 8 years old downstairs right now, playing babysitter to my other 3 kids. And I was interested in a business. I was interested in how do I lose weight and how do I make money? Those are the 2 things that I wanted to do. And funny enough, they sort of one got the other. So I lost 50 pounds drinking the product. It metamorphosed my brain, my energy. Hopefully you've heard some stories of what the product does. What I didn't know it was good for was women and moms. I didn't know it was good for grandmas. I didn't know it was good for human beings. Somebody asked me at the very beginning of the business about 6 months in, he says, who's your avatar? And I said, well, what do you mean? From a business perspective, who's your avatar? And I said, 24-year-old large men who used to play football, whose bodies don't feel very well and they don't think very clearly. And he goes, oh, yeah, because I was describing him. And he goes, well, it's been good for me. And he goes, what if you were on the phone with my mom? And I said, I would have told you it was great for 52-year-old hormonal women who are trying to figure out how to handle all the stuff that happens to mamas when they get into their 40s and 50s. Stuff is the key word there. And he's like, he goes, well, who's it not good for? I said, I don't know if it's good for hamsters and rodents because I don't share it with them, but for humans, it's great. So if you're looking at this from a business perspective, not by accident, we have a little cross section of human beings, dudes, ladies, mamas, daddies, you know, some in their 20s and 30s, some in their 40s and 50s, a good blend of us, right? Ketones are good. They just are. Ketones are good. And most people don't have any. You know, 7 years ago, nobody was really doing the ketogenic diet. Weirdos and biohackers and Tour de France riders and, you know, scientists were doing the ketogenic diet. It's hard and kind of sucks. And you can't eat anything. You can. I'm being silly, but it's tough. It's tough to do that diet. Today, we now know the benefits of just taking one of these packets and putting it into a water and drinking it are the same benefits as if you're doing the diet. So fast forward to today, 3 of the biggest topics in health and wellness, diet, nutrition, fitness, and anti-aging are keto, low carb, and intermittent fasting. Those are what we've wrapped ourselves in and become literally the category king and the leader of in the world, not in America, not in San Diego, the world. We literally ship the product to nearly 30 countries. So from a business perspective, you're talking about having a drinkable solution to one of the top 2 and 3 largest search terms on the internet. People are asking YouTube and Google and Chat GPT. Go Chat GPT, what are ketones? You're going to pee your pants what it says. It actually doesn't. Have you done this yet? It doesn't just talk about the diet. It actually talks about drinkable ketones. How's that even possible? AI knows what this is, but you don't. So here's the neat part from a viewpoint of an entrepreneurial I want to make some money. I want to put myself in a position to control my own economy, regardless of what the economy is going to do. I don't know what your stock portfolio or your 401k has done in the last 6, 8, 12 months, but it probably looks like Mark Zuckerberg and all of the other large technology company owners' net worths. It's gone off a cliff. And I don't know what's in the future for the next 6 to 12 months, but I can tell you what, if you want to feel better, you want to help people feel better, and you want to make some money, we have a really neat way to do it. We just do. Most people don't feel that great. Most people put on weight during that thing over the last couple of years where we had to put on masks and stay home. Most people are more stressed out than they've ever been. Most people have gained weight. They've put money on credit cards. They're making less money. You know, more teachers got out of the business than ever before. More nurses got out of their business than ever before. It's a perfect environment for you to be in a position to go help people with ketones, help people with our community, and help people with our business model. You know, nowadays, a side hustle or a side income or an additional income isn't like a luxury. It's a necessity for most people. More people than you know are driving Uber on the side than you're aware of. More people than you know are driving Uber Eats or Instacart on the side than you'll ever know. And we have this really neat model where this is a drink. You share a drink. You don't have to be a dietitian. You don't have to be a personal trainer. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to actually do the diet. You can share a beverage. You can show someone how to shake one up, put it in a shaker bottle, and the drink itself can transform their life. It can transform their body, their mind, so much. That's what it is. How do you do it? You can use social media. You can use your Facebook and your Instagram to share with people. You can do what I did and Natalie did and Nick did. You can actually call people on the phone and say, hey, I have my hands on something. I've been drinking it for a week. This is what's happened. I love you. I care about you. I want to share it with you. If I sent you a video, would you watch it? You could send them this video. That's why we're recording it. You could send them this video and a couple samples and say, drink this, watch this. Let me introduce you to a friend of mine. Maybe one of the people on this video, maybe the person that got you started. And then as their purchases come through your referral link, you're getting a commission off of everything they ever buy. Here's where it gets good. And I won't get too long-winded and get down a rabbit hole. But when your mama, who's 52 and tired, drinks the product and it lights her up like a Christmas tree, and she's at Bunko tomorrow night, and some lady says, Mary, what have you been doing? You sound so happy. And she goes, oh my gosh, my daughter gave me these ketones. I don't know what they are, but they're lighting me up. And then I love it when Nick shakes his head and just like, you're an absolute loony, Rutherford. So then Mary's friend at Bunko or at pickleball or at church or at whatever, at the PTA meeting, I feel like I'm being sexist at the moment, not trying to, but wherever you're at, she says, what is that? You hit her a couple samples. She watches a video. And next thing you know, she makes a purchase. So you get a, $5 or $10 or $20 bill off of whatever she buys, as she tells her neighbor next door. And she tells her son who lives in Philly, who tells his, brother that lives in Sarasota, Florida. All of those transactions, all of those purchases, all of those people who used to look like this and now want to feel better, you're getting, a couple bits of your grocery bill paid for every single time someone makes ketones. So the powerful part, I'll make 2 points, then I'll shut my mouth. The first of which is, if I can talk about it, hopefully it's okay. I know no one wants to talk about earning income or making money nowadays, but everybody secretly needs to make some. They whine about it, but then they're scared to talk about it. Let's just talk about it, you guys. If you want to help people feel better and you want to put yourself in a position as the whole world is learning about keto and intermittent fasting, you can be the person in your entire network, geographically, locally, at work, on your social media, amongst your network of friends, in your field of work. You'll be the only person that has any of these things, the only one. And every single person that gets on the product stays on it. And as long as they're on it, you get compensated. When you buy your car, the person that sold it to you got paid one time. When you bought your house, the person that sold it to you got paid one time. When Natalie bought that Ron Burgundy bookshelf behind her, the person that made it got paid one time. When she bought those books, the person got paid one time. When someone buys ketones, you get paid every single month. You understand that? Nick bought ketones for the first time, I think, in August of 2015. He's bought ketones 85 times. Don't do the math. It's close, but not accurate. Every time he gets bought ketones, I get $5, $7, $9, $4, $12, whatever it is. That's called residual income. Every single time somebody that's in your community makes a purchase, you get compensated. That's your bag of avocados. That's your big thing of Costco coconut oil. That's your whatever. That's your almond milk. That's your salad. That's your ground beef. That's your eggs, I would say, but now they cost a fortune. But you guys pick up what I'm laying down. And if you want to build a community with us and build a team with us, you can get compensated like an agency owner would, like an insurance broker would, like a real estate broker would. You guys, we have thousands of people in Singapore that drink the product. I've never been to Singapore. Their purchases fund my family's bills. We have a team in Colombia, a team in, I did a Zoom with a group in Panama yesterday, not because I know where it is, but because someone we told somebody, told a dude in Mexico who told a guy in Panama. Now those people's business, their purchases of the product are paying for my kid's Power Wheels for his birthday. They're paying for, my family's doctor visits. They're paying for, our bills. So I'll shut my mouth. I think I'm flipping it back to Natalie. You've heard a lot of really neat stories of what works for people. You guys, you can do this. The product works. This works. This is our 8th year in business coming up. And there's not a person on the Zoom with any talent or skill that you don't have. You have it. You can do it. Do you like people? Can you share something that you're loving with them? Can you follow some simple instructions? And do you have some ambition and some vision to go change your life? It's metamorphosed to all of ours. So let's go. Let's party. Nat, over to you.
I mean, where do I sign up?
I'll send you a link.
I mean, it's so good. I hope you all are hearing not only just like the data and the facts, but the real heart behind what it feels like to be like, what do you think it feels like for Nick to be the person who shared this with me and my husband, Corey, and he's responsible for like a completely different life we were able to provide for our kids. Like he's responsible for the amount of real estate properties that we get to own as a part of our portfolio, as a part of how we build wealth. Like if I just backtrack all of it, it goes back to that one time that Nick called my husband and he said, "Hey, I just drank this stuff and I need you to take a look at it." Like those blessings that we currently have in our life, I can trace back to that phone call. Like maybe for you, a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, your blessings that you currently have, you'll trace back and be like, "Oh man, I remember watching that video of that crazy man, Michael Rutherford," or "Man, I heard Lori's story," or "I heard Becca," or "Man, what Amber shared changed my life." And you can trace it back to, I mean, it literally gives me the goosebumps. You can trace it back to this video where you're like, "I got it. Like I figured it out." And what Michael said is true. Like I and all of these people, we were winners that hadn't won yet, but we knew we were winners. And it's like when you get to plug into an amazing group of people with an amazing community behind you that will cheer for you when you win, that will pick you up when you fall, that will encourage you all along the way. And we have a real winner of a product that does the work for you. All you have to do is get ketones in people's bodies. And then because the ketones will do the work for you, they help people with fat loss, mood, focus, energy, better sleep. Like I don't have to convince you that you feel better. The ketones do the work for you, right? So I would just encourage you all. I mean, I have some new notes from this call. I hope this call gave you some information. I hope this call gave you some motivation. I hope this call gave you some inspiration that you have greatness inside of you. And if you decide to partner with us on this journey, like buckle up. It's going to be fun. We have some amazing things coming. We've already really, mowed the path, if you will, for you to where you can run further, faster than we did when we got started 8 years ago, because we were trying to figure everything out. Now it's figured out. It's like, we know what to do. We know how to help you. And we can't wait to help you win, to watch you win, to support you win, to cheer for you when you win. So, I hope that this call has given you some great things to think about, and you're amazing. We can't wait to do life with you, create some fun memories, and help your family win. So y'all are amazing. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you think this video would help somebody else, send it to them. Be like, "Oh my word, I just watched this video. I just met," how many of us? 6 crazy people that just are wild enough to think that they can change the world. You got to listen to what they have to say. So send this video on to somebody else and tag people in it, because I think it can be absolutely life-changing. So y'all are amazing. Have a blessed day. This call is officially a wrap. Bye.